That's how I managed to kill it. It was a beautiful tree. The upside of the story is it gave me more sunshine in my backyard, and I was able to expand my vegetable garden.
Which is now contaminated with Roundup. I know maybe a few of y'all knew a wonderful arborist here named Shorty Covell for many years. And God, Shorty 20 years ago was saying, "Don't you believe this lie about Roundup not going into the roots? It does." And Shorty might not have been super well educated, but let me tell you what, the man knew trees, he knew products, and he recognized a very dangerous threat a long time before lots of the rest of us did. Yeah, we're running out of time here, and go ahead.
One real quick thing, not only does it go in through the roots, absolutely, but also it combines with other chemicals, and it may be the most important thing for you to remember. Roundup combines with nitrogen, especially high nitrogen fertilizers and other chemicals, and that's how it causes some of the really worst problems it causes. And you're not going to find a whole lot written about that yet either.
And I'll tell you one thing from personal experience, a lot of these herbicides and pesticides of other sorts, even though they may not produce real visible symptoms immediately on big woody plants, they are weakening them. I look at my own ranch, I look at how oak wilt has marched down the property line of one of my neighbors where they've used herbicides and things like that and killed live oak after live oak after live oak after live oak. I didn't trench my property, I didn't go in and do anything special to stop it. It got there and stopped. I really strongly believe that the microbial life that is in the soil, the strength of these plants is capable of fighting off most problems that come along. And what a lot of people don't realize in using a lot of these chemicals is that they are weakening their plants and making them much, much more susceptible to other problems. It follows to me that you are weakening your immune system. You are making yourself much, much more susceptible to a lot of problems when you're considering a lot of the things we've talked about. We've covered a lot of things. A lot of these other questions are very specific about one thing. I mean, red spider mites, use seaweed, you won't have any problem with spider mites, and on and on. I want to take the last few minutes here to just let each member of the panel have maybe 5 minutes to say what you wanted to cover the day that didn't get asked. And since we started with John before, let's start with Howard on this end.
I think we've covered a lot of things. I really appreciate all of you coming and being this interested in this. It's delightful to see so many people interested in organics and at least going the right direction. I guess like I tell people back home, if you're on the fence thinking about making a 100% commitment, do it. The thing that I've learned on my commercial projects and residential things too is what works better is to go 100% cold turkey organic from day one, because it works better. And it works better in every way, including from a financial standpoint, if you're really careful about what you do. You have to think about it just a little bit, but it does work better and it's more fun.
One thing I'd like everybody to think about, I'm a nurseryman. You know, my partner and I own Shades of Green, but if you listen to me, you know how much I support Barclays, how much I support Fanix, how much I support Cooper's, how much I support the other good nurseries around. When you are making your buying, your purchasing decisions, buy from a professional. You're not going to go, you know, buy drugs at the lumber yard, and I'm speaking of pharmaceutical drugs. Buy from people who know what they are selling. You know, when you look at that pile of mulch that's sitting out baking in the sun on the Home Depot parking lot, the Walmart parking lot, when you look at all the stuff that's shipped in from China and other things like that, walk right by it. I don't care whether you come see us or whether you go see another good nursery. If you're going to buy mulch, you know, go see Garden-ville, go see Fertile Garden Supply, go see Newer Soils and Compost. Buy from the people who understand the products that they're selling. When you see Ladybug on the bag, you know it's a Texas product made by Texans who know organics. And don't just look at the price. You'll be amazed many times that really top quality plants and products purchased from a person who knows what they're selling are going to probably cost you less in the short run, and they're sure as heck going to cost you less in the long run. But think about your purchasing and support the people who are doing their very best to keep you healthy, to keep your pets healthy, to keep your kids healthy. And like I say, I'm not doing this as an advertisement for my nursery. There are a lot of good nurseries around. There are a lot of good material supply yards around. There are a lot of good Texas companies making Texas products. Buy from them. They deserve your support.
Amen. It all starts with the soil. if you're trying to start off in a program, work from the bottom up. You look at your soil. If you don't have good loose soil, do things to make it loose. Add additives, add organic matter, plant anything that can build your soil, and you'll be happy, you'll be successful, and if you're successful, then you'll tell other people. And the worst thing that can happen is for somebody to try to go organic and they get frustrated, and then they have a yard that doesn't look good. The thing that I like the most is when people call me and they send me pictures and they say, man, this is working. I'm so happy. So call the people that you work with, call your suppliers, pass the word around, and everybody's going to learn and keep the whole process going that way.
I just like to encourage everybody that's there. You're here mostly become, or I hope, are interested in organic and natural gardening. I want you to take it to the rest of your life. I want you to take it into your home. I want to take it into your car. I want you to think about the way you're raising your pets. I have a 32-month-old grandson. We've always been nuts about it, but I've even been worse since he came along. And it's very important. You can grow good, great green vegetables and tomatoes and do it all organically. But if the orchid man's spraying your house every month, is there some wisdom here that we're missing? If you're using poisons and you can't say the name to clean your dishes, is it a good idea? You're putting makeup on and you don't even know what dioxins are in it or what are not, and nobody's told you. You want to take a look at that. We are living in a world that's kind of polluted all around us. At least minimize your exposures to these things, not just with what you're growing and what you eat, but from the sheets you sleep on, again, to the shampoo you put on your kid's head. Take a minute and think about it, or read the label, and if you can't find it on the label, find the sheets that tell you what it is.
Gardening is the only time you can have your cake and eat it too and get exercise at the same time. Do it organic.
You know, over the years that I've been on the radio, which quite a few now, Saturday and Sunday mornings, people call in with questions. And sometimes the question is like this. My lawn is not looking good and it's dying, and my trees are just in poor shape. My roses won't bloom and my shrubs are losing their leaves. And you know, that's a lot of stuff. And so as I'm sitting there and thinking and listening to this person, I realize there's some disharmony in the house. Maybe there's an alcoholic in there. Maybe somebody is beating their wife or their husband. And maybe there's incest. Maybe there are these different problems inside, and it's reflected in the landscape. When I say that the plants are sensitive, they are sensitive. And this energy spreads to the landscape. And so when this caller, I can hear it. I know what's going on. Something's wrong inside the house. And the answer to the question about all of these problems in the landscape is when the harmony comes back to the house, the harmony will also come back to the garden. And so some of these problems aren't a lack of compost, a lack of herbicides, a lack of fertilizer. It's a lack of harmony at that house. And finally, over the years on the radio on Sunday mornings, I realized that there are two things that we do on our knees. One of them is garden, and the other is pray.
I want to thank everybody for coming today. I want to remind you that if this inspires you, there are many sources of great information out there. Some of them are on the radio, some of them are on the television, many of them are on the internet. I know you have found some of the wonderful websites we've talked about. If you want a weekly reminder, doesn't cost you a penny. Send an email to info@nerddoctor.com. You get Howard's weekly reminder. It's absolutely free of charge. But there's a wealth of information out there. And if you learn something important, if you learn how to garden better, if you find a solution, as has been said up here, share it. Don't keep it to yourself. Tell us, tell your neighbors, tell your friends. And above all, if your gardening is not fun to you, there's something wrong out there. There's something wrong with the way you're gardening. Maybe you're trying to grow sunny plants in the shade. Maybe you're trying to grow shady stuff in the sun. Maybe your soil's out of balance. Maybe your life's out of balance, like John is saying. But I tell you what, if you garden organically, it gets to be a whole lot more fun. And when you start gardening, more, life is better. Thank y'all for coming today.
Could you repeat
Yes.
the website?
Website is go to dirtdoctor.com, send an email to info@dirtdoctor.com. He'll send you a weekly email update. Guys, thank you so much for being here. And